the topic for the presentation is London Smog episode. This presentation is made by me and my teammates Faisal, Zia, Zain, Mazhar Ali, Azizullah and Arif Hussain. Okay, in 1952, 5th December, it was not a dark day, but also deadly smoky. It actually, when fog intensified due to smoke or other pollutant, it became fog. London was trapped in a cloud of fog and pollution for the 5 consecutive days. That in 1952, that is called the Great Smog of London, because that kind of smog was never happened before and never happened after that. Usually smoke disappeared in a few hours, but it was very toxic. So that why, and in the environment there was so many toxicity. So it stayed for 5 consecutive days. The intensity of the smoke was too high. I can explain in that way that people cannot see their legs, that their arms, and they cannot see 1 feet away from them. Smoke was not on the roads and streets, but they are also entered in the buildings. So all the colleges, schools, and offices were closed, and the London was completely locked down for 5 days. And there was only one way for the transport, which is underground subways, because people cannot see and use the public transport and their private vehicles. So there was some numbers, the amount of pollution in the air. 100,000 tons smoke particles, 140 tons of hydrochloric acid, 370 tons of sulfuric dioxide, 800 tons of sulfuric acid. That was the particles present in the air at that time. So we will discuss these 3 questions in this presentation. What is the effect of this smoke on human health, the reason of this smoke and its consequences? Okay, what are the brutal effects of this smoke on human health? At that time, it was calculated that almost 4,000 people are died. But later on, it was disclosed that more than 12,000 people died as a direct result of the smoke. The smoke was that harmful. And more than 200,000 people suffer from this smoke for many years. Now we will discuss the reason of this smoke. Historically, London have a bad air quality due to industries, domestic coal burn, transport, overpopulation, and cutting down the trees. As we know, London was a very stable and developed city. So people used to move into London, and that's how London population became increased. And the government has to cut off the trees, so that directly affect our environment. Many industries were installed within the boundary of London and without any rule and regulations, and which pollute the air badly. People used to take their personal vehicles for the transport. They don't use public transport usually. And after the World War II, London was and Britain was having the economical crisis. That's why people used to burn coal because London have cold weather. So people used to burn cheap coal, cheap quality coal for to maintain their houses warm, and it produces sulfur dioxide in the air, which is the main toxic. Along with that, anti-cyclone was settled in London, which caused temperature inversion. So temperature inversion was the main reason of this smoke. So let me tell you, temperature inversion is when cold air is trapped at ground level due to the warm air. So I can explain in that way. So the consequences was like that. It was a proof that the coal burn can cause many effects on human health. It is evident because of like so many deaths and so many people must suffer. So it was more evident now. The warning was not for the London but the whole world. So people take it seriously. People start conversation about sustainable environment, and so many laws and policies were created after that. So after that, London made some laws. One of them is the Clean Air Act. According to this act, the factories and industries was installed in London. You have to use smokeless fuel and air filtration, and used to reduce toxic products and their quality and quantity. And other law was the City of London Act. In this act, they also try to avoid the pollution in London. Killing the trees means killing the human, and if we cannot save our trees, we cannot save ourselves. Thank you so much.